I just want to say greetings to everyone from sisters and brothers at the courthouse and the rest of us. Very, very many greetings to all of you. Great to see you. I want to give you I suspect that everyone has heard to some degree what is happening at this point. We're still in the middle of selecting a jury. The judge is as reluctant as ever to allow any of the issues to get in. This morning, on the third day of jury selection, we've had the third change of format, complete change of format. We arrived at 9:30 this morning to discover that he's decided that even though we're pro se, which is a condition that he laid out as one of the only possible alternatives to the kind of combination of legal help and other combinations that we had tried to set up. We were all at this point going totally pro se with legal advisory counsel with us. But under these conditions, he's still decided this morning that he was going to take over all of the voir dire process, the questioning of jury, which to us is extremely important because in being able to talk to people on the jury, this is our one chance of explaining something of who we are and what it's about, and while we're really in court to bring the issues of nuclear weapons and the dangers of the arms race and the terrible threat of nuclear annihilation under which we currently stand, and the reluctance of the court to hear any of it and to let any of it in, we hope to penetrate by being able to talk individually, if not individually, at least in groups with jurors. And this opportunity to have this exchange has been, at least in the last 2 or 3 days, one of the real hopes of getting some communication and some way of having an exchange and a message come through these courts. Well, after a series of exchanges yesterday that the judge insisted on characterizing as irrelevant, extraneous, and involved with philosophies that don't touch upon the elements of the case, and one thing or another, he came in this morning announcing that there would be no more individual or no more pro se voir dire. He would take all questions in writing and one thing or another, and if we were going to have them other than the questions that he had set up to answer that were a kind of themselves a condensation of questions that we had tried to raise and that were rather imperfectly put in written form by the judge and his secretary and 2 or 3 other people late in the afternoon. I believe it was it was Monday afternoon, and then we varied from those as much as we simply had to, because they didn't raise in any real meaningful way any of the issues that we wanted to raise. So we asked our own questions as the day went on, and in face of that, I suspect he decided that it had to be more restrictive and that he could control it this morning. Well, as things wore on during the day, we, through a series of exchanges that became, in no sense, temperamental or violent from our point of view, but very rational, and we hope pointed to the issue, at least got to a point where we were asking questions from our seats as the jurors were in, but not without the judge during the latter part of the afternoon threatening contempt, and finally 4 of us were threatened with contempt, Dan and John and Ann and myself, I believe, and perhaps 1 or 2, am I correct, Carl? And then John was actually cited for contempt later in the afternoon for putting the issues into the courtroom. But we've continued to try, and we're going to go on tomorrow with it. We're hoping that we'll be able to get a panel by the end of tomorrow, and that by the time Friday comes, that the trial will actually begin. I wish that we had time to talk of all the issues. It's great to have a chance to talk and greet and see everybody this evening. I'd love to go on all that. But there's a beautiful program coming, and I just want to say thanks for all of you being here, and best wishes, and love you all. Paul might want to say a word or two.
Thank you, those of you that had walked out and been at the plant out there. As you all understand, Now, with a face like that, and a gentle smile, but he is the only one who said, Judge, I object. I should get away off. Well, thank you much, and we'll probably have some time to share in the future. But it's long days. You've got some very wonderful people to be hearing from, Bob here, and also Nick Wall, and it may be a long evening, so God bless you, and the real way that people can support us is to, well, let's just say, blocking TV over the